What's going on, everybody? This is David Mitchell here, and welcome back to Fans to Train, episode 73.
Rock and roll through the world! Just kidding.
Oops, well, being a goofball, but oh boy. Crazy one today because in a new era, and for railroading, because if y'all have been keeping from last 2 days, KCS, Kansas City Southern, and CP are officially merged. So it's now CPKC, or Canadian Pacific Kansas City now. So, yep, new Class 1, worn out of 2 old one, and now both of them are fallen flags. So, RIP. But yeah. But let's get our first guys on for tonight. Which is, if y'all you know who I'm talking about, your friend, if he is busy right now, is Brightline.
Oh boy.
Let's see if Bright. Oops. I use a mouse on my laptop to make it easier sometimes. Right. Look like we gotta wait on Brightline. If y'all know what I mean. One minute. Switch. One minute. There we go. And Brightline probably busy. Or he'll probably call me back in a few minutes. But yeah. But we're talking about the KCS and CP merger today. Because, oh boy. Just incredible. Oh, I'm gonna. Oh, that right. Gord is down in Florida. Oh, lucky son of a gun. I forgot that he was down there, Ralph Fan in Brightline. Lucky son of a. I completely forgot that. Oh, wow. Hey, Gord. You doing good, bud?
Yeah, I just got my driver's permit.
Ah, nice.
Oh, my phone is having. There we go. Hold on. All right, I'm back.
Hey, what do you think about the KCS and CP merger?
It makes sense for the company, but it's a bit monopolistic.
I know, but that's sad because we now ended up with 2 fallen flag Class 1 railroads this year and ended up with a new one, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's crazy on what happened, you know what I mean? Right there, Gord? Oh, I seen the photo you sent to me for, from Florida.
I have better on my camera. I keep forgetting to upload them.
Oh, nice. But can you believe that?
Yeah.
I'm wondering what the new...
Well, at least on all the KCS routes, it'll be more Amtrak friendly since Canadian Pacific likes Amtrak.
I know. KCS and, heck, if you remember, KCS was making deals with Amtrak to get them to run on their line. You remember that?
Yeah, so now they have even more lines total, so it's going to be good for Amtrak.
Oh, you know Amtrak going to take advantage of this. It's going to be big for Amtrak. It's a big game changer because let's be honest, there are two railroads that Amtrak would be willing to work with. Am I right?
Well, yeah, because they're friendly to Amtrak.
Mm-hmm. Oh, are you looking forward to, because I know you went down to Florida to see Brightline. Are you looking forward to them finally opening up the Orlando extension?
Yeah, I'm planning on going down there when it opens.
Oh, dude. The airlines are going to freak out. We're already going to see that happen.
Yeah.
But it...
I want to taste extra train. That's something to see if it will load.
Mm-hmm. But it's crazy. Like, it did big. Am I right?
Yeah.
Now, the KCS ain't that the biggest thing yet right there, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wowzer. And I'm wondering what the new paint scheme is going to look like. Am I right?
Hopefully it's something good.
Probably going to be a mixture of KCS and CP old paint scheme. They're probably going to go with KCS paint scheme and then, go with CP logo. Am I right?
I'm hoping they come with something completely new because that'd be interesting to see.
I know. Hey, well, I caught KCS. Ironically, I have never caught CP, but I have caught KCS before. Like, I only have caught KCS one time, and that was back almost 2 years ago. And it was and my wife was with me. We both caught it on video, and I put it on my YouTube channel because we were both rail fanning, and we got word that the foreign power were coming through. And both of them, one of them was the Gray Ghost unit, With that unit is hard to catch, but it's freaking awesome when you catch it. You know what I'm saying? But it also crazy that, and then the other thing that I'm bringing up, that I caught their, other paint scheme, their normal paint scheme. Like,
yeah.
And did happen over almost 2 years ago, but, it kind of sad that, that they're going, but at least I caught them when they were still, around.
Yeah. I caught KCS one time up near me in New York. There was a Jibo and a 70 Ace on it. That was cool.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to send the link in the live stream chat of the video I'm talking about because he came after Amtrak. When me and my wife caught him, we were waiting on him, and we had Amtrak first. PO 989. He came 20 minutes after him, right at the sun was starting to go down, and right at the last bit of twilight. Last bit of twilight, right before it got pitch dark. You know what I mean? And that was crazy because, it was amazing because I got lucky I was able to, see it before they go. Speaking of that, we got PO 89 going by right now. The Palmetto.
How many Amtraks did you get near you? 6, 7?
We get 6. 2 are the Auto Train, 2 are the Silver Meteor, and 2 are the Palmetto.
Okay. 241's about to pass me, and 68's about to pass me.
Nice. But to be honest, I'm sad that I was not able to get any CP because every time CP comes through, I'm either at work or I'm freaking sick or doing something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, like, I'm doing something at work. Heck, I was at work when back over 2 years ago that the, military units came by Charleston. Like, oh my God, like, they were coming by. Well, I was outside grabbing Bucky, and I said, "You gotta be kidding me!"
I went I went on vacation one time, and the CSX police unit was in one of the cities near me for like 2 weeks, just sitting there. And I was on vacation. I came back, it was gone.
Oh, what year was it?
I think it was last year, I think.
Oh, yeah, that was for an event.
Yeah, it was something to do. Well, it was on a rail train. I forgot what the specific thing was. Oh, and that when I was down seeing Brightline, I got an Uber to go back to my hotel, and a freight train went by, and apparently it had one of the breast cancer units on the front.
Was it the red one?
No, it's the blue and pink one for like breast cancer awareness.
Oh,
Jeeps.
nice.
So I missed that.
Mm-hmm. Thing is that it did crazy when you did think about it. You know what I mean? But it kind of sad that, that we only got a limited time before before KCS and CP locomotive with their original paint scheme disappear, So,
Yeah, well, I'm sure like heritage units.
Probably going to keep some of them at Heritage Unit. Let's be honest, the Grey Ghost ones, the Special Veteran Unit, they're probably going to keep those because let's be honest, they do work with the rail fandom community and they know how peed off the rail fandom community get when you destroy something. So they, instead of probably Union Pacific or not Union Pacific being accept to say. Because let's be honest, BNSF is the work when it comes to rail fan. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. No, I think CSX might be worse.
GXX been doing good lately. I'm not even kidding.
With what?
They did help building a steam engine in Kentucky.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
Oh, you did not hear about that?
Nope.
Oh, what, dude, in Kentucky. I can't remember what locomotive it is, but they're helping rebuild it.
Cool.
But
I'm on an HO scale right now.
Oof, that cool. But
I have a stack train going, but I'm too lazy to put all of the stackers on, so I only have like the 40-foot containers on.
Mm-hmm. But it's crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna put more cars on. I have an SD80 leading in an SD70 ACU trailing.
Mm-hmm. But to be honest, what I'll be honest about is that not Brightline, but CP and KCS locomotive and model railroading are going to go through the roof.
I hope so.
Because people are going to be buying those up. And dude, you're going to laugh at it. You're going to laugh. Last day before KCS became a fallen flag, they had a train derailment.
That's funny.
I know. And if you ever watch the tournament broadcast, with a broadcast that the rail fandom group do on their YouTube channel, KCS always the punching bag of the joke because they never have a train accident that often, and they are always the one who have the class 1 mantle of responsibility. And everybody for last year to 2 years said, "Oh, KCS is probably going to carry it to their grave when they, disappear and don't exist anymore." Nope. Literally last day, and they did oofed up. That is funny. And then the day of when KCS and CP merged, a few hours after the merge, they already had their first train derailment in Maine.
And they have tracks in Maine. Yeah,
they literally had a train derailment. It's the old track that they brought from the Lac Mechanic, But to be honest, I hope they, save some of their cowl body units too, because this railroad are going to be big and unique for all the stuff it has,
Yeah.
So they're going to be pretty cool. But to be honest, I think the last merger that are going to happen in a long time.
Hmm?
You know what I mean?
Oh, you never know. Maybe a bunch of short lines decide to get together or something.
Oh yeah, someone know what I mean. But to be honest, this is what I'm going to be honest about that. I hope they, don't repaint their F units because those F units look good,
Well, I don't think CSX is they're gonna repaint their Heritage Fleet because they also got repainted B&O and they have the Pan Am F units.
I know. To be honest, I think they're going to be the Heritage Fleet because let's be honest, when Conrail was still around, they had a freaking Heritage unit set.
They did?
Yeah, the Pennsylvania F unit or not F unit. They were the E unit.
Oh,
E unit.
Yeah, E. I know you're talking about.
The E unit, if you remember. And they had them in Pennsylvania, like gay train everywhere. Oh God. Someone is saying gay trains everywhere in the comments. Oof. But to be honest, it was sad seeing Norfolk Southern got rid of their F units. You remember that?
No. I don't remember that.
You remember the black Italian units? Like the F unit? And you remember one that you see in scale?
They're painted Southern or whatever?
Yes.
What happened to them?
They're in North Carolina at the regional railroad. It's actually a regional. I can't remember its name. But the locomotive, they look fine in their new paint scheme, and some of them even ended up on the Redden and Northern. 2 of them ended up in North Carolina. 2 of them ended up in Pennsylvania on the Redden and Northern. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
But all of them have good home. Only they did not get scrapped. That would have been terrible. Am I right?
Yeah.
That would have been an awful, and I mean awful fate. If you know what I mean. Like, geez. It would have been awful to the point where, that it would have been RIP everything, if you know what I mean. Like, wow. Being that, can you believe that there are Red and T1 up and running right now?
There is?
Yeah, in Pennsylvania on the Redden and Northern. They also got a Red and T1 up and running.
That's cool.
Dude, you need to watch some of the video and look into how the steam engine roar. It's amazing. Even Heist, the YouTuber, Heist, the one that dude's up, he even talked about it. Yeah. But yeah. Because he talked about it, and oh my God, it was funny. Like, it's something I don't even think about that, need to be think about more often, if you know what I mean. But it's funny as heck. Like, wows. And I mean, wow. You know what I mean, not Ryan Griffin. Or not Griffin. I mean, Groot. I keep getting mixed up with the other guy because I'm thinking about them right now, too, Oh, speaking of that, Brightline on, so we can invite him in. You know what I mean? Yes? Gord, you want to invite?
I'm trying to get it.
Oh, nice. Well, what bring...
ALC 42, number 300, of the water baggage car, and some soup liners.
Not funny. Hey, they're finally getting the problem fixed in the new locomotives that Amtrak brought?
Yeah.
They're finally getting the teething issues solved.
Good.
And seeing it, some of them are actually now able to handle the cold air. Because that's where they've been having most of their problems in. Am I right?
Yeah, because if they do fine in hot weather, like in California, they do fine.
Well, they're finally figuring out the problem in, the colder regions.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of that, the Heartland Flyer is getting extended. Amtrak is planning to work on improving the Heartland Flyer, in Oklahoma.
Where's it going to?
They're going to try to extend it to where it connects with the California Zephyr and the Southwest Chief. So that's going to be a big improvement, and they're going to run about 2 to 4 more trains. So, yeah, all right. Let's get everybody in now. Got to invite Gord. All right, let's see about this. All right, group. All right. The other guys should be joining now, but it's crazy because Amtrak is slowly working on their Amtrak Connects Up plan. It's slowly coming together, you know what I mean? And that's a big step. I've got to wait on Gord. And Brightline. Brightline should be joining in a minute. Uh-oh. Hey, you have a problem, bud? Uh-oh. Look like Gord probably having a connection problem. What happened? Something malfunction?
My internet was connecting.
Oh, your internet broke, didn't it?
Yeah.
Break. But to be honest, it's something. Ooh, I hear that. But
Sorry.
I heard that in the background.
Hey, here, let's come back.
But Gord, to be honest, it's crazy on what is getting ready to happen, Like, Amtrak is slowly working on a Connect Up plan. Like, they already got some of their routes up in, Vermont worked on, so those are out of the way now.
I haven't been on the Ethan Allen extension yet. I did the Vermonter in March or February.
Mm-hmm. Hey, well, I can't believe they're actually bringing that back, and they're actually adding new routes in Vermont. That's crazy. Am I right?
Where's the new ones planned?
I can't remember what it was called, but it's right up there in Vermont. And
The Ethan Allen.
Yes, the Ethan Allen. That's what it was. But
yeah, that one's are done.
But that's a pretty good route. Am I right?
What's my baggage car keep derailing?
I have a baggage car failure. But yeah. But it did crazy, if you know what I mean. But
the freight train.
And this is what I'm going to be on about. That Ethan Allen is one of the first step, and they're slowly making their way. Like, we're going to see, by the end of the decade, half of the Amtrak Connect Up plan before the end of the decade up and running,
Oh, God. Hello, Gold.
And there is one that I do agree that they should have kept on there that could have helped. Asheville, North Carolina?
Hello, Gord.
Oh, Val said, hey.
Hello.
But, Gord, you know the Asheville, North Carolina?
Sort of.
That city would prosper and grow even more. Tourism will grow even more if, and I'm saying if they can get Amtrak up there, Saying it that they're going to either have to come from Knoxville, Tennessee, or, up to Old Fort Loop, which is rail bank right now, but the tracks have not been torn up. With thank God.
Yeah.
If Norfolk if forced to, reactivate that line, that would be a miracle, but they're probably going to have to anyway because of the government, Because the government is cracking down on PSR and trying to get it banned. A good thing. Am I right? And thing that I'll be on about is that it can bring the Old Fort Loop back. thing that I am a little concerned about, and I'm praying that Amtrak take it into note, is that they need to do not five, but 6 trains on that route. Like maybe 6 to 8 trains, like maybe 8, because it only see about 4 to 6 freight trains, so
Yes, sir.
that would be a good route for inner city trains coming from Asheville to one of the other city. I can't remember the other one name. But you can, take a train from Charlotte up there if it does happen, But yeah.
I have a very realistic Norfolk Southern line going right now. My Amtrak train split between the locomotive and the baggage car, and I tried backing it up, and it picked the switch and hit into a freight train.
Well, that Norfolk siren for you. Am I right? Hey, it would make that even more realistic? Put in the light freight cars up at the front of the train and put in the super heavy one at the back of the train and have that thing run around a curve, And watching it all topple over to the side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know where I'm going with that. With Norfolk Southern. Oh, speaking of that, have you heard about them building the Challenger?
The what?
The Challenger.
The steam engine?
Yes.
Somewhat, yeah.
They're doing it at that heritage shop in Iowa, if I can remember. Either Illinois or Iowa. But
Yeah,
Iowa? All right. Yeah, I'm
I
right.
think so.
But it's going to be cool seeing some of them steam engines get fully, rebuilt and all of that. Like, preservation is going to be cool this decade, Like, we're going to see a lot of preservation in the railroading right now, Speaking of that, we lost another rail line up in Boston,
Which one's that?
I can't remember what it is, but it's a branch
Pan Am.
line that will run by Pan Am. They are talking about ripping up the tracks in a year from now, but they're also talking about shutting the line down in July and June, So I can't remember what one it is, but it's going to be sad, To be honest, we're going to be fighting a battle trying to keep railroads, going abandoned because of NIMBYs and entitled greedy a-holes, It's going to be an uphill battle, but we will win, eventually. Am I right? But it's the thing that I will be on it about is that we got to focus on rebuilding our rail system from the ground up. We can't keep abandoning and shutting down lines, We can't. We can only go so far before it starts, tearing our country apart,
Yep.
Heck, I found some old abandoned rail system in Afghanistan. That was crazy. But, when you did think about all the stuff that is going on, it deep, Oh, being that, have you ever watched the video, Gord, have you ever watched that YouTube video called Grand Theft Loco?
No.
Oh my God. It will, imagine if Thomas the Tank Engine was a gangster.
That's terrible.
It's terrible, but it's funny, Like literally Grand Theft Loco. Video already at 4 million views, if I'm right. But it's a funny one. Funny thing is, Brightline should have came on by now.
maybe it's doing some.
Yeah, probably it doing something, but you know. But we already locked 2 railroads, or technically, at least 4 railroads this year. 4 fallen flag railroads this year. Like, dang, am I right?
We had a derailment. Oh, and it underrailed itself. Okay.
Breaking news.
I was putting the ALC on the tracks, and I tried to stop the freight train, and it knocked one of the stat cars over, and it was one of the 5-stat ones, and it just pulled itself back up onto the tracks.
That you don't have happen every day, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah. And thing is that look like someone had an internet problem again. Hit. Gord internet breaking. But to be honest, it's crazy with all the stuff that are happening with the railroads. We done lost 4 railroads this year that are now fallen flags. We lost Montana Rail Link, KCS, and CP. I can't remember what the 4th one was. But god damn, they're crazy. But I have a feeling we're going to have more fallen flags before, you know, this decade is out. So, yeah. So we're probably going to have more before, you know, everything gets better. If y'all know what I mean. So, IRP. But, yeah. Let's put it in one first. I'm also needed to charge my, you know, rechargeable battery, but I guess they're having internet issues again. Let me grab this. But it's just been crazy, if y'all know what I mean. Like crazy. Like, we're probably having internet issues. Internet. Oop. Fell with her putting stuff right there. IRL. But, geez. It's just crazy. We need to think about some stuff. Send a message to Brightline, see if he. But yeah. Whole thing is breaking. Let me try calling the group again. What? Alright, I'm just gonna bring it up. Why do everybody bring up the rating system? It's a dumb idea, you know? Alright. It's gonna be a bit family issue. Probably would not be back for a bit. Oh, we got Ben. Ben make Lego movies. Probably already in bed because it is a school night for him. But yeah. But good God, it's just been a crazy time, if y'all know what I mean. Hey Ben, you there? You doing good, bud? Hey, Ben, are you there, bud?
Yeah.
All right. How do you feel about KCS and CP merger from yesterday? How do you feel about that?
Ish.
Your mix on it?
Yeah, we've already had a derailment. We lost a heritage unit.
Oh, yeah. That. Oof. Heck, and we lost the heritage unit in Maine. Of all places. Am I right? In Maine, of all places. Ugh. That already sucks. But, yeah. But, to be honest, a lot of crazy stuff been happening. Also, how are your model railroad going, by the way? Oh.
I consider the good ending, I guess.
Ben, to be honest, this is what I'm going to bring up. I've been growing my YouTube channel like wildfire did last year, you know? Like, the last couple of days been crazy for me because I already have 3 videos with over 1K, you know? Literally, I'm finally starting to get subscribers. I'm finally starting to get views, you know what I mean? It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. So what about you? Anything for your YouTube channel?
I think I got a new subscriber today. I think I have to double check. I currently have 177 subscribers.
All right, let me go to my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel, I have 336. Literally 336 subscribers is what I have.
My channel is almost 3 years old.
You still got less than 200 before you're up to me, but I still got, I'm still 200 below Val. So
I have
I'm
389 videos.
Dude, I got over 20K in video. Or technically not 20K, 1.4K in video to be more exact. Like, I literally got that, you know what I mean? So it did crazy. Like, did crazy, but I'm still growing. And by the way, Ben, if you want to make more subscribers and get more views, YouTube Shorts is where it is in, you know? Like, literally, YouTube Shorts are where it is. Because that's how I'm getting views, you know what I mean? Because, god damn, it did crazy. Like, I am getting views in a way. Like, did crazy. Let me check. But, yeah. Did crazy. But, it in the shorts, you know, like, I've been doing a couple of train shorts recently, you know? Like uploading train shorts in a way, because let's be honest, those things are making some good behind views. And I'm not even joking. Like, I literally, a couple of days ago, uploaded a few train shorts. And they did, boom, in less than a day, 1,000 views. Boom, less than a day, 1,000 views, you know? Like, it did crazy now that I know this, that it's something I can use, you know? Like, too bad there's some old video that I have that I can't use because most of them are kind of oofed because they am on Google and stuff. Thank a lot, Google. But I have a lot of stuff that I was able to salvage and manage to keep up, if y'all know what I mean. But yeah. Also, Ben, you know when the next model train show is coming to town? Like, do you know when the next event or Check with Model Train show, if you know what I mean, coming to town? Am I right? Because I'm still trying to figure that one out, you know? Because I will guarantee your butt that when the next model train show comes to town, me and Vel will be at it. Like, because to be honest, we had a good time. A lot of times, Vel got them stuff. I got them stuff. Hell, if Vel go back, she's probably going to try to get more stamps, you know? With her being a stamp collector because she loves stamps. For me, I'm going to try to get more in-scale rolling stock because I'm going to try to look for some more bulk.
I have N-scale like overly too much, I think.
That cool. Oh,
I get more HL.
well, for me, it's in-scale. Like, I'm looking for more in-scale stuff because in-scale is where it at for me because what I'm doing is like an industrial short line switching layout railroad, and I want to maximize my space, you know, where I can do operation, you know. I'm not just doing a transit running around in a dog bone, if you know what I mean. Because I want to be able to, you know, do stuff. Am I right? But, yeah. Oh, Vel knocked out. Vel and knocked out. R.I.P. But to be honest, it's just crazy when you just think about some of this stuff. But yeah. Now, I know you, Ben, you got school tomorrow, am I right? Look, 1 minute. Ben, you there?
Yeah.
You got school tomorrow? Oh, can you say that again? I couldn't hear you.
I said, yeah.
Oh. Well, I should probably let you get ready to go to bed soon because it's already 9:02 and you got to be at school in the morning anyway. So, talk to you later, bud.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah, later.
All right. That was Ben right there. Reason why because he's still in school and trust me, I don't want to be the main reason he ended up oversleeping or like, you know, not having enough sleep. Oop. Well, Gord won't be able to get back on in. Oh, that sucks for Gord. Ooh. Maybe next time for him, but you know, we did had a good chat with him before the internet went out. Maybe if we get lucky before the end of the live stream, we might get him back on. But yeah. But it did crazy when you did think about it. But yeah. Now, I am going to bring it up. I took down a blackmailer today. They still believe that they got my photo. What they really got was some fake photos that I found on Google. So they fell for it. So yeah. Trust me. I do like screwing over blackmailers because I hate them, and trust me, it is a federal crime to blackmail someone. So I kind of trolled them, screwed around with them a little bit, then gave them fake photo. When I did, they just said, "Ha ha! Now you got to pay me $200." I did put a message saying, "I can't believe you fell for it." They did try to come back, and they were this stupid, you know. Jane is, and what I learned is that people are going to try to blackmail and make people scared, so to ignore them, but because they want that attention and don't give it to them. Heck, I blocked that person and reported them, if you know what I mean. Like, I reported their behind. So they did not see it coming. So, yeah. One thing I learned, they always screw over a blackmailer because they don't like getting screwed over. Heck, and trolling them is fun I can be. But yeah. But just avoid them if you're not feeling like it up to it. Let's see who on Messenger. But yeah. Going to sleep. Oh yeah, he going to sleep. Most of the people that I usually, June chat, most of them are sleeping. Heck, the last day of spring break anyway before everybody go back to school. So yeah. Do not click on this. It's not me. Kind of figured. Malware. But yeah. But mostly everybody probably already sleeping. But so what? You're going to hear about the owl house for a few minutes if I can get it. Hopefully you're not doing homework because that's going to suck. But yeah. That did. But and they're gonna bring up the series finale of the Owl House. That was freaking awesome. Pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah. It reminded back of the old days of the 2010s when TV shows were good. So yeah. Oops, Butterfingers. Like, and that was before the live stream, me and Phil did worked on getting the bed fixed because it was actually out of playing. So yeah. Now, this week coming up, I am going to bring it up. Me and Phil are going to be on Polly's Island. So yeah, me and Phil will be doing stuff in Polly's Island for our event. One person that I'm going to talk to because he also a fellow YouTuber, Dave. If he, is you, but he probably. Hey, yeah. Dave, you doing good, man?
Hold on.
Oof.
Stop.
Oof.
Hello.
Hey, you doing good?
Doing fine.
Hey, what do you think about the merger between KCS and CP yesterday?
I think it's a joke, if you want my opinion.
Mixed up for me, but, they already had their first wreck up in Maine. Can you believe that?
Yeah, I know. That's awfully strange. Now CP's going to have to deal with the goddamn freaking drunk people,
using their trains to transport illegal drugs across the border from
Hey.
Mexico.
To be honest, I think they might, instead of trying to like the drug people, instead of trying to get them to the U.S., they're probably going to try to get them trained, like find a car that are going straight to Canada, put it on those cars, try hope it get to Canada, you know?
I
So,
hear you.
so they're going to be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, the last day before KZF became a fallen flag, they had one last train derailment.
I wouldn't go joking about that. That's some serious crap.
I know, but, you know, they're a YouTube channel called Admiral Ellis, where they do a thing called the tournament broadcast, and they did the thing called the Class 1 Mantle Responsibility. And it talked about what... Oh, you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I kind of know.
And saying is that the running joke in there that CP doesn't exist because they don't hardly have any train wrecks. And they said, well, and it's been going on the last 2 years when the talk started up that, you know, that that KCF were probably not going to have a wreck before they become a fallen flag. Well, happened yesterday, or day before yesterday.
Yeah,
So,
I know. I saw the post of that derailment.
So, yeah. It's just crazy. So, how are trains in your area going right now? Anything interesting happen?
The Housatonic came up from Connecticut, but they outlawed it in the southern end of town. There's nothing running right now because the freights and the passenger trains have already gone through.
Oof. I know mostly everything up there goes through during the daytime. Am I right?
Late night, early morning, and then maybe 2 trains in the middle afternoon. Then it's just Amtrak and the Housatonic and a couple freights after that.
Yeah, well, still a good variety. Like, if you catch all trains in the daytime, that would be pretty good. Am I right?
Yeah, if it was still like it was during the Conrail days, it would be perfect because they ran a ton of trains through here. And it was before CSX took over anything. And Beacon Park Yard down in Boston was still active.
You think gotta love Precision Settle Railroad, and it's stupid. Am I right?
Yeah.
It don't even help the railroad. All it does is help the shareholder to, you know, keep money and keep on making money. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
The thing is that I think that about to end because the government done said that they're cracking down on PSR from the last couple of train derailment that's been happening all over, you know?
I know.
So it took a train derailment for the government to, you know, crack down on PSR, but not a railroad strike. Like, really? Ain't that
right now? I've seen shit that would turn you white. Okay. I grew up there in the Penn Central days and watched Penn Central literally collapse into itself right up until the formation of Conrail and that. And things started getting better.
To be honest, Conrail, even though Conrail was national-wide, everybody say Conrail is a failure, but it's not, you know?
No. I'll tell you what a failure is. Look at CSX. Look at Norfolk Southern. They're not a failure. They got people that are cheating on maintenance, referring to their hierarchies.
I know. And seeing is that problem is that no one don't realize this. Like,
yeah,
really.
Look at when I was a kid, I seen a few bad derailments in the 70s on Penn Central, and it wasn't a pretty sight. My little man worked for the New York Central in '67 and got out of the Navy on the RPO out of Chatham, New York, on the Harlem Division. When they discontinued the RPO, he got transferred to head end and rear end brakeman. He was involved in one derailment in the town of Chester, Massachusetts. That if you go and look at my pictures on Facebook, okay, you'd be very shocked. It was involved in a loaded auto rack train where 2 of their loaded auto racks with brand new Cadillacs split the hand-thrown crossover by the small yard in Chester.
Mm-hmm.
got right in the path of the westbound, which my old man was on. Hit the lead locomotive, sent it right into the side of the rock hill.
Oof.
You know, the rock wall there.
Oh,
He
yeah.
survived.
He survived.
If you look at the pictures of those locomotives, you'd be the lead one. You'd be amazed that anybody survived that goddamn mess.
Ugh, that's crazy. I'll be honest. You know?
Conrail had their share of derailments, but not as bad as Penn Central. But you know, the worst incident I actually seen pictures of was the big bridge fire in Poughkeepsie, New York, where the Maybrook line crossed over the Hudson River.
Mm-hmm.
My old man was on the last freight day of the fire on May 8th. I have a little bit of a connection involved in that bridge.
The most brutal train accident I seen was PO 90, not 98, but 89 to Palmetto. And the most brutal accident I seen, and it happened right by my house, was freaking PO 89 hit in the car with obliterated it with, made the car split in half and flew the person body out onto the second track on the side. And like Amtrak hit it so hard, the car actually split in half, and it actually catapulted the guy from the track one with what Amtrak was on and flew the guy onto track 2 about 40 feet from where he got hit. That's how hard and he was it like a rag doll. Like he hit that track so hard, he was dead on impact. And thing is that they said he was actually hit body with the scattered everywhere, you know? Then
I'll tell you, the worst thing I've ever seen, and this is no lie, I've witnessed 10 suicides by train.
That's it.
I stopped 4 of them. The very last one, the 10th suicide, I got on video, but no one will ever see that video because I sold it to CSX because they needed it to cover their ass.
Oh, yeah.
And they had to pay through the teeth for the video, but then I had to go and testify in court for the railroad's behalf.
Mm-hmm. Now, I did have a family member that got hit by a train, but it was not a suicide. Even though the video showed his body on the track, he was already dead before the train hit him. Like my family, we know that someone murdered him and placed his body on track to make it look like a suicide. Like literally. And what my cousin who worked for the railroad said when he watched the video, he said that body looked lifeless. It looked limp. You know how you could play a dead body upright, like with it kneeling? That's what it looked like. And did not even move. Like literally. And I believe that the people who did it probably got away with murder, you know? And they were a family member of mine. Like, literally, that's it messed up. Am I right?
Yeah, I would think so. If it is the case. I can't pass judgment because I wasn't there. But,
well, a couple of days before that, before he died, we seen him acting all weird and saying that someone was following him. Because when he was walking around, there was a truck following him.
Yeah, well, he could have been on illegal drugs, but I can't pass judgment. I don't know your family member. But the worst that I had happen, had some friends that worked for the Housatonic Railroad, and basically, once a week I get a cab ride, okay? The one day that I went for a ride on the Housatonic, going out to the Pittsfield Yard and back to where they picked me up, some freaking moron shot a rock right through the goddamn freaking locomotive the cab door window right where I was sitting.
Mm-hmm. So, did the engineer was badly injured from it?
Nobody got injured, but my pride got hurt because the conductor yanked me out of the seat right where the rock landed.
To be honest, he did save your butt right there. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Because
But what happened was when the little bastard shot the rock, I got him on video. They knew the cops knew who the kid was. He got arrested.
Heck, I remember a couple of years ago from when my cousin worked for CXX in Benef Yard here in Charleston. He told me that there was one time that's coming up from, Florence, that one of the local trains, someone shot a gun at it, like literally. They were driving through, and next thing you know, hear this shot ringing out like ping, ping, ping. And the conductor.
Yeah, I know. There was that video was shown on the news up this way. But here's a shocker. You want to talk about deranged relatives? Back during the Conrail days, two of my friends, okay? One was an engineer and the other was a former New Haven railroad conductor. He worked right up until CSX took over. The engineer, which I was good friends with, even got to sit in the cab in the wintertime when I was down at the yard taking pictures. They just left Pittsfield Yard. I wished them good luck to Selkirk. Next thing I hear on my way home, because I used to ride a bike, was that they had a medical call that an engineer in a freight train got a cinder block, hit him right in the chest. Come to find out, it was a cousin of mine that loved to throw cinder blocks at freight trains.
And
he hit his target.
And it sent him to the hospital, didn't it? And he probably died, didn't he?
No, he didn't die, but he had several ribs cracked because of it.
I know your nephew probably went to jail for that.
He did. He was a juvenile at the time. When he got out of jail, it was in 87. Showed up at our aunt's house for Christmas. I was in the kitchen. He came up, made a crack to me. I literally, for what he did to the engineer, what I gave him was triple to what he did to the poor guy running the locomotive, because the way that cinder block hit my friend, it was running the locomotive, it literally took him and the chair out, because when he hit the floor inside the cab of the locomotive, the chair was still underneath him. He was literally coughing and spitting blood up. My cousin had literally busted several of the guy's ribs.
Oops, sorry.
Don't worry about it. What I did to him in return for what he did to my friend was I beat the shit out of him to the point that I literally bruised several of his ribs to the point that he was feeling it for about a year and a half. I didn't get into any trouble.
Be honest.
Because if I had called the police, I'd tell the cops I was only returning the favor to the engineer that he almost killed.
I know, because he deserved it, no doubt about it. He deserved it. Am I right?
Yes, definitely he did.
Because
go on ahead.
Because what he did was wrong. No excuse about it.
The messed up part was my father had caught him when he did the cinder block off the bridge.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, I would have beat the crap out of him for that,
Well, what I did to him was I did beat the crap out of him. I'm not a violent person, but when he almost killed my good friend, by the way, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Not going to deal with shit like that, because I'll tell you something. It's not cool when you do shit like that to a railroad employee.
It's not. And sad thing is that there are a lot of people that do that, And that's just scary when you just think about it. You could be operating a train one day, and next thing you know, bam, you wake up in a hospital out of a coma because someone decided it would have been funny to throw a brick at you,
You ever took science in school?
Oh yeah, I have plenty of time.
The business part. When you throw something in a moving vehicle, or in this case, a train, it's going faster than the damn train.
Like, it going to create them damage. That I know. That will create them serious damage. Am I right?
Let's just say, yeah. let's just say when that cinder block went through the windshield of the locomotive, you know the pieces of metal frame for each individual windows.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the middle part of the window, and the window on the engineer side facing right at the engineer was literally ripped right off the where they would have been at.
Mm-hmm. And
this, I saw what the locomotive looked like because they had a freight that had to send an engine to retrieve the train. I went down the Depot Street to watch the locomotive get dragged back with the cars, and you could tell right where the cinder block went right through the freaking window, and it literally damaged part of, the side, the window away from the windshield, part of the windshield and part of the windshield with the frame. The metal stenciling that holds the windows in place was completely gone.
Mm-hmm. And that same deal, they don't know how to quit with their team.
I was never a big fan of people throwing rocks at trains, and I don't care if people are trespassing on railroad property either.
And to be honest, the people who literally. People who throw stuff at train, vehicle, they're just awful, But am I right? But, yeah. Like, you know what
part of it. My phone stopped working here.
Oof. But, Dave, did something I'll be on about. People who think throwing stuff at people is okay, like rocks and stuff, those people are just messed up.
Yeah, you got people that don't even care anymore.
I know.
My big thing was, doing my help out with the Pan Am Railroad Police was you should have seen the amount of idiots would climb on a sitting freight train just to make a shortcut.
Mm-hmm.
There's videos on my YouTube channel if you want to. You have to go pretty far back to see it. Especially the idiot that jumped down as the empty auto rack train, which was 205 at the time, was coming west.
People will do stupid stuff because they think it's smart,
Stupid is what stupid does.
Exactly. That thing is that stupid people who keep on, appropriating, but the smart people who don't, They need, good God, have more smart people, do it instead of dumb people. Am I right?
Yep.
That would probably solve most of the world problems right there,
Yeah, if these people had anything of a brain. I watched a drunk one night climb up on 22A. Okay? Guy was literally already, let's just say,
hammered.
20 parts to the wind. He tried climbing up on a bare table. You know what a bare table is, a railroad term.
Mm-hmm.
Empty flat car, okay? Guy climbs up on it. He kept smashing his face and head on the part closest to me. Finally gets up. What does he do? He goes to the other side, took a header. Well, I called District 3, Pan Am Dispatch, told him, you tell that crew at 22K not to move their train. You got a guy possibility fucked himself good.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor comes down, he climbs up on the flat car. He's yelling at me for keeping his train from being moved. I says, you see where you're standing? Shine your lantern, you'll see why I called. The guy he had a weak stomach for blood, and this guy left a ton of it behind, okay?
Mm-hmm. I know for a fact that the cops were calling, am I right?
Yep. Railroad police showed up. The North Adams cops showed up. He finally made it over to the Palm Tree Bar over on the current highway in North Adams. The guy went calling an ambulance for him, and told him then the cops went over. He had a big gash in his forehead, and his jaw was busted.
I know he got taken to the hospital and then got arrested, am I right?
Yeah, he did. he got arrested, literally, for his stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
The next morning, as I was at Papa Gino's doing their windows. That's a pizza place that's going under, just so you understand. And the railroad police sergeant came over and thanked me for calling it in. He says, well, the crew was bitching about you being parked in the parking lot, and I corrected them because you were on public property, not railroad property. But because of the fact I yelled at the guy not to climb up in the car because he couldn't even he was having a hard time even walking.
Mm-hmm. It's people like that are stupid, am I right?
You got it.
And to be honest, it's that he could have killed himself if that train had started moving,
If he fell between it was a set of articulated flat cars, okay? If he fell between the cars, he would have been a dead man.
Mm-hmm. Those type of articulated flat cars are getting rarer and rarer. The old ones.
Yeah, I know, because everything's going to stacks.
Dude.
We used to have a single axle flat car was just two, one wheel at one end and one at the other. And they started dropping. They literally disappeared.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, the stack trains are just stupid. Like, stop trying to put everything in containers. Like, just stop it. Am I right?
Yeah.
Like, we are building one of the most efficient types of railroads out there. Like, our railroad, they just keep on getting less and less efficient because we want to, form to trucking, we want to form to the automobile thing, and that's the problem,
Yeah.
Like, literally, we are not the number one freight system in the world. That title go to Switzerland,
Oh, yeah, they know how to move their trains.
And then I am going to bring up the Cold War. Everybody said our freight system was top notch, but nope. Russia, even though they collapsed, they still had a top-notch rail system, And they kicked our behind. Thing is that people don't realize it that we lost that title in the 1960s, Because we all wanted to go to trucks and all that BS,
Yep.
Because we've seen it at the next new shiny little thing. And now look where we are. Our country has fallen apart because we want to keep on building for cars, keep on building suburban development, big behind, and I am going to slander my workplace for this because I do work at a Walmart, like big behind Walmart, big behind Blockbusters, and all that with the big store brands. Am I right?
Yep.
And
Walmart is okay to a point.
True.
But it's a pain in the ass.
Heck, I work for them. I'll be honest, I work for them. Been working for them for 3 years, and Jesus, it seemed like everything got worse,
Oh, yeah.
Like, we've been struggling trying to hire employees,
Yeah, I hear you. Hey, listen, I gotta get going. I got someone else that wanted to talk to me, and I haven't heard from the person in quite a while, okay?
All right. Later, Dave.
Yep, see ya.
Later. All right. That was Dave right there. Mm-hmm. That only the second time. He is a fellow YouTuber friend of mine, so yeah. For people who don't know, he does run a YouTube channel called 78 Caboose, if I can remember. Or 88 Caboose. I gotta check. Been a while. Right. But let me get back to about that blackmailer scene earlier. I literally tricked a blackmailer and exposed him. Saying it that blackmailers are just stupid, if you can believe it. But yeah, let's check get Brightline back on, because if he not, then we're probably just going to go ahead and call it a night. soon because it already 9:33. Vela out cold. Yeah, and she got work in the morning, but I also got work tomorrow afternoon myself. So yeah, but me and Vel will probably be doing a live stream at Polly's Island at the hotel. Up Bella up. Hey Bella Boo. You know you were knocked out a couple of minutes ago. Like what are we? But I'll get this done and then we'll be calling it a night.
Oh.
This is from 2015. So almost 10 years ago. Almost. At 8 years old. But still looks pretty good. A little bit of a rewind back in history. Got a little alcove right there. Mm-hmm. Hmm. But yeah, but what me and Dave would talk about is true when you did think about it. It's 79 caboose, if I remember now. Let me check your YouTube channel real quick because I don't want to butcher your YouTube channel, Dave. So 1 minute. Let me go to and check everything because I don't want to, slander everything, if you know what I mean. But yeah. But yeah. But what I was saying earlier, it was funny how I screwed over a blackmailer. Because, let's be honest, they are dumb thinking, using fear to get money from people. It's a stupid technique that some people use. But in the end, it will always backfires. Because what I learned is that more you screw around and try to screw with people, the higher it's going to backfire. Am I right, Val? But yeah. I'm going to... That is crazy. Oh, that right. New computer bug. Killing computer. Right and left. Called the hammer. That a funny one. But yeah, it did crazy when you did think about some stuff. Now, when I follow him, if I hit HO train set, but it's this right here, which you have. But yeah. But he good. Heck, he good when it comes to content too. I'll be honest with some of those crazy stories. Now, I am thinking about something, and it's probably a 30-second, maybe 60-second mini series talking about stuff.
Not just strange.
Talk about rail fan and fails, like quick, funny short stories. Because I'm thinking about them funny stuff. But, I want to try something more with the shorts because, let's be honest, the shorts are what are making me the views and are helping me grow my YouTube channel more. But, yeah. All right there, YouTube channel. All right, Caboose 1973 is his channel name. And shout out to you, bud. That YouTube channel, which I am subscribed to. And I am subscribed to him. I will. Oh, that right. He don't do the bell notification. Never mind. But I'll put the link to his YouTube channel in the live stream chat for y'all to go just subscribe to him because he is a good friend of mine anyway. But yeah. Ooh, fella having a little toothache right there.
It's just the gum.
In your gums?
Nope. It's the mouth ulcers.
Ah. But I'll put his link in chat so yeah, you can go to his YouTube channel. But yeah. I've been following him for a long time, but he got them credits up on YouTube, if y'all know what I mean. But yeah. Now I get back to the magazine. But yeah. I don't understand why people think they look ugly, but I don't think they look ugly. I think they look cool. Like, to be honest, I think they look cool in a way. The people who think they're ugly, screw you.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And did it like rewind back in time? Also, they are putting new coat of paint on all the Heritage unit. Norfolk Southern doing that. And also, with what they're doing, it's pretty interesting is that they're not doing it in the back at every art. They're putting it at their Heritage scheme anyway. So they are not getting rid of the Heritage unit, but they're putting fresh coats of paint on it. But thank God. Look at it. That's pretty cool. Hey, it's like that Norfolk Southern don't have these now because I would have loved to catch them when they were still around. Sadly, they're not around anymore. Which is cool stuff right here, which I think is awesome. But yeah. Huh. That awesome too. And yes, I love looking at maps. That matter what form it is. Also, get locomotive right here with it's the Southern Railway Heritage unit with a 8099. It's going to be repainted in its original color and rebuilt. So from its disaster derailment, it's going to be rising like the Phoenix, baby. So yeah. But look at all this. It's crazy. Oh, I would still able to have Conrail around. Conrail became a fallen flag the same year I was born, so yeah. Not a good time. If when you did think about it. But yeah. Some cool stuff right here. My ear is right. That's why I'm doing that, by the way. It's freaking cool right here with all this right here. That I'm not gonna lie about. Wow, sir. But yeah. We're getting close to the back anyway. You got a high hood, which ironically, that cool right there. It's in a museum anyway. But look at all the cool stuff on the page. Except for it's sad right here, but everything else is cool. Oh, and also IRPCP, because of what I've been talking about. But look at it. That's still cool in a way. Hopefully one day I'll catch a Heritage unit that is freight related. Then I'll sticker unit, but yeah. Also, this stuff right here in background, look, that's beautiful right there. And that if I'm right, it at sunrise. If I'm right, yeah, that is at sunrise because sun is coming up right there, and I know what angle that is. I mean, it did what took it in the morning. That a beautiful sunrise. That I'm not going to lie about. And it being early morning, that beautiful. New York. But yeah. But all that pretty cool. Now put that up. But it's just freaking cool when you did think about everything. And the mega battery is good. Hey Val, look, mega battery.
Ooh.
But yeah. Now I hope y'all enjoyed the live stream. Please like and subscribe. And I hope y'all have a great week. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye guys, and have a nice night.